All right, good morning and welcome to the Houston Rock Shop. Today I'm going to take about 8 minutes to tell you about our company, what we do, and how we run the business itself. So we're centrally located here in Houston, Texas. We have about 20 cargo containers of gems, minerals, stones, and so on. Our primary product line, as you can see, is going to be wholesale, crystals, minerals, geodes, amethysts, clusters, agate slices, and tumblestone. Now, before I get into this, why don't I just show you an actual live video footage of some of the product. And let's keep in mind that I have about 20,000 different types of rocks, minerals, gems, and so on. So, I'm going to go ahead and kick it on. And then you can see. And actually, to better do this, I'm going to enlarge this so you can get a really clear view. So as you can see there, we've got a fortune teller hand, and we've got pendulums, zeolites, we've got amethyst, geodes, composite, celestite, bookends, and just a number of different products. I picked the more curious ones, including crystals and so on. So this is just a basic example of the many things we carry, okay? All right, I'm going to go ahead and then reduce the size of that. And then I'm just going to let it run. I think most of you have already seen our website as it's structured. And I'm just going to keep this down here. And then we're going to move through the rest of the website and tell you a little bit more. All right, I think we got ourselves situated. There we go. So, we deal in a baseline of products. But, we carry a lot of different products that are in smaller amounts that may be on a limited basis. So that's where I want to talk about some of the annoyances that a lot of crafters and other people that rely on products have difficulty getting. One thing that I decided a long time ago, because I have the same struggle as everybody else getting these products, was whether or not you could be consistent, deliver high service, be able to professionally pack things, and not lose your edge with this. And I think that's where a lot of companies fail. So let's take a look. Now, today's video, actually this big gray spot, will be where this very video we're making right now is going to go. Moving on from that, you can see that we handle special requests, custom orders. A big part of the business is being able to not just sell one particular product, but be able to adapt to the market to give people what they want. So we decided that whatever size or color or amounts that you need, you'd be able to pick up a phone and just call us. And let's talk about the level of communication. One thing you'll notice almost with virtually all stores, not including Amazon, Etsy, and eBay, but almost all rock shops and so on, a lot of them never answer the phone. And if you do get them, they seem rather annoyed. So to handle that situation, we made sure that we would excel in that area and be able to communicate with you clearly, give you what you want. And I think the principal issue here is I'm seeing a lot of markup that's unnecessary. So a lot of people are buying this product overseas, mine direct, and so on, and they're marking up 300%. We do not engage in that type of behavior, okay? A lot of the products are reasonably priced, and you can buy them whatever volume you need because we can consistently deliver that to you. Beyond that, it's a reliable year-round supply, whatever you need. We only use real photos and videos. So, I think some of the bigger vendors, sometimes it might be Etsy, eBay, and so on, Amazon. A lot of the products you see are wonderfully photographed, but they're using all kinds of color editing, wetting the product, oiling the product, video editing, and everything else. When we give you a consensus of our product, we first show you what it really is, and we don't edit the hell out of things. So you're able to see really what you're getting. Number two, I think there's been a course of actions over the years, last 5 years especially, where a lot of products are being sold under the presumption of a photo of somebody that appears to be in the U.S., but the reality, a lot of these companies are actually from out of Russia and China, and they imitate. They'll never get on the video live, So I'm not going to be a conspiracy theorist. I'm just going to let you know that that's 90% of the stores I see are actually passing off as Americans when they're really not, okay? So yes, we use real videos and photography. Now, another thing is the annoyance of shipping. A lot of companies seem to fail in this area as well. Look, you put an order today, it goes out the door tomorrow. And if your order has a net value or a net weight of over 13 ounces, I can assure you we ship at priority. So we don't play around with it. We're processing orders every day of the week. Now, of course, on the weekends, that the postal office is not open. but I think we've done a superior job at figuring out the shipping aspect. Now, there may be some limitations for those of you that are in Alaska, and there may be limitations for some of you that are in Hawaii. Outside of that, I don't see it being a big issue. So you move down here, you'll see that we have lovely pictures of our crystals that we sell. Many different types. That's just one example of a staple product we have. Here you'll see a variety of minerals from all around the world. These are going to be roughed mined minerals, directly mined direct. Now, this has not been enhanced or color edited photo. These are just simply beautiful crystals, and we would get them. So that brings us back to a beginning topic. Let's talk about grades. A lot of you that are making jewelry, have small businesses selling this type of product, what you don't realize is there are different grades. A lot of the grades that are being sold on these online places, and again, I'm going to roll back to eBay, Amazon, and Etsy, you're getting a very low grade. Also, you have to pay attention to the number of the product and the variety of it. For instance, that mixture is probably over 60. If you read carefully in most of these other places, they're putting a very low mix, and then they're putting in my opinion, if you take a look here, rose quartz is a very cheap crystal. So they'll sit there and they'll water down the mixture with the more cheaper ones. We do not do that. We're evenly mixed across all of our products. And you'll also notice in some of the listings, they only have 12 stones, compared to our 60. So that's a differentiating factor when you deal with somebody that's above retail, that's above wholesale, that's above distributor, that is mined direct, okay? So there's a big difference, and you can see that when you do business with us. Let's go back on the packing. Another reality we face, people stuffing newspapers and other things, and they're just put it in grandma's shoebox. We ship everything professionally. We have exceptional return policies, and you can pick up the phone and call us, and it's never ever, sir. We're always happy to talk with you. And again, for those of you that need to come out and see the product, now let's give a little clarity to that. Now, you want to come out and you want to get some product, that's fine. We can bring out a good mixture so you can cherry pick what you need. What we can't do is bring out a half a metric ton, okay? And I have hired a senior and a veteran, and we deliver products to this person's home and their porch, and she'll be the person that you'll be scheduled to meet. It's her whole job in retirement to meet people that live in the Houston area that want to drop by and pick up their orders or come out and cherry pick. Let's be honest, it's cherry picking. So long as your cherry picking is reasonable, then I think that it should be okay. So beyond that, here are some of the geodes. Now again, this is only an example of small ones. Many of us have seen these small type of geodes, and if you notice, all ours are highly crystallized. Again, a lot of what's being sold barely even has a crystal in it. So people are purchasing this stuff super cheap. It's really bad, and then you get a box of nonsense with maybe 2 or 3 that got crystals. We use grades all the way up to AAA, AA, A. A lot of the products being sold online is pretty much F, D, C, E, double E, just junk, okay? So, and though you may, the old switch game, you see a photo or a video of something, and then what you receive is a different reality. We don't engage in that as well. So I just want to give a lot of clarity to how we do business. So our amethyst clusters, a lot of that stuff you see going out there on the market, we keep AA. These are euchre, and these are amethyst clusters. So, a lot of this stuff could be picked up for, a relatively inexpensive amount per pound. But the reality is a lot of what you're seeing in photos on those other sites is not AA. Okay, maybe the picture is, but everything that's going to be mailed that day is not. I assure you, it's going to be the cheapest stuff they have. So I think that a lot of you suffer from a reality of you don't even know what really nice is until you actually get it from a company like us. But you're going to ask yourself, well, Jay, does that mean the products you're going to be sending and what you're going to be selling is going to be more expensive? No. The reality is it's actually not that much more expensive to give the best product, which is rather shocking. Now, admittedly, we've had an inundation of China and Russia entering our market in the U.S. and then selling super cheap, but that's what you're getting. You're getting what you pay for. And if you're a crafts maker, a jewelry maker, and so on, a wholesaler, I would think that you don't want to sell your products for pennies, so you'd want to get the best stuff. All right, moving on from that, we got Agate slices. That is as clear as present as you're ever going to get a picture. That is crystal clear, okay? That is not enhanced, or color edited, or wetted, oiled, trick photography, none of that. That is what we sell. That is what it looks like. Now, the curiosity with these Agate slices are we carry them in a wide variety of sizes and also in round. Um, the one thing that I can tell you about it is, you have to keep in mind those type of products do have chips, nicks, and natural cracks. So if you're looking for perfection, you'll never find it in Mother Nature. Sometimes she delivers perfect, sometimes she don't, okay? So Agate slices are a staple product, especially for a lot of our clients. And then we're going to take a look at tumblestones. Boy, I tell you, there is a lot to learn about tumblestone. We carry one of the most dense mixes on the market. A lot of you guys see a picture like that or similar. It's not like ours, trust me. But the reality of it is, it goes back to the number of stones. You see a beautiful picture, it's really mixed, and what you get's a different story. Anybody can backfill these orders with a bunch of junk crystals that don't cost anything and then charge a super low price. What they can't do is deliver that, what you see. That is a stone mixture of up to 75 different stones. Again, if they do post it in their tumblestone ads, you'll see that a lot of times that type of tumblestone, they only have 12 or 13 different kinds, and it mostly is going to be cut heavily with clear quartz and rose quartz. Why? Because it's the cheapest stone. Again, we don't engage in that type of behavior. You get one of the wildest and best mix, and the price is not absurd. Actually, it's really almost as the same amount as what you'd be buying. Also, the tumbling process, you'll see that those are nicely tumbled. When you get this stuff and you buy it wholesale at B and D grade, the stuff doesn't shimmer like that, and it just doesn't look like the same product, to be honest with you. Moving on, here's an example of our old store. We moved into modern era, just like Kmart and the rest of those businesses that go out of business. Our metaphysical store, we're really starting to put and wrap things together for that. I want to be able to support our markets for Reiki and all the different types of metaphysical. So we're going to have a strong emphasis throughout 2022 and the next couple of years of introducing a whole product line and packaging it together, okay? So, business as an American businessman and a local and small business, and I think that I'm small, and though we have, 50 metric tons of stuff, we certainly don't ship and rotate that inventory the same way you might with some of the bigger, some of the other stores. So we'd have the same amount of product as the big guys in the U.S. There's only a handful of them, but we don't rotate it every few days. Clearly, it takes me a lot longer. So this is a force of a labor of love to have gotten involved in this since as a kid, turned the hobby into what it is. I researched, meticulously traveled, and went out and got the best stuff, but I chose not to inflate the cost to ridiculous amounts. And let me tell you, you could barely step foot in a crystal or metaphysical store without spending absurd amounts of money. I understand those that need to make a living, but when you bring it to that point and it's robbery, I don't think so. So our whole goal is to be able to keep these prices super low, deliver about 8 different grades higher, but only a few pennies more in costs for as best as we can do it, to be able to deliver excellent phone service, ultra fast, lightning fast shipping, and to be able to work with our actual jewelry makers and actually answer questions. Somebody sends you an email, you don't wait a week to answer. We try to get back in a few hours or by the next business day. So that's what's going to distinguish the Houston Rock Shop.